Alright, this is the continuation of the iron butterfly project I was working on. Last weekend I was doing some tack welding on the form for it with the rebar that I used. Finished that off. It's got antennas and some little legs down there on it, and a little hacked together mounting bracket that I made out of the rebar. And I want to reinforce that a little bit with a plate on part of the rebar to distribute the load. It's going on top of a chain link fence on the pipe on top, and it's going to push against the bottom part of the mounting bracket, will push against the chain link. I just kind of want to distribute that out so that it kind of doesn't concentrate all the load in one place. Yeah, is it a good bracket? No, but it'll do the job. So what I'm going to do now is I just got an old piece of plate metal back here that I'm going to finish cutting on. I've got a Harbor Freight, if you look back here, one of the plasma cutters. It's the little 35 amp one, not the bigger 65 or whatever it is. This one works fine for everything I would work on. I'm not working on really big metal or anything. Kind of had this out on loan for a bit to one of my brothers, and just got it back last night for fortuitous timing on that. Gonna get in here on this plate, cut through it. Was testing it out earlier, just making sure it worked, and you know, everything was good on it. The only thing that I made the mistake on when I was holding the torch head with one hand and was had it all fired up and just kind of swept across and had the trigger kicked on it, and it's like didn't even think about it. And it's like as it went by one of my hands, the one that didn't have a glove on, it kind of arced up, and yeah, it didn't burn me or anything, but I was lucky. Be careful when you're working with these things. So it doesn't need a ground to have the arc going. So I'm gonna go through cut on this thing here a little bit. Got my welding helmet on to protect both gloves, some long sleeves on at the time. I'll probably get some flash, you know, some on the neck here, but I mean, it's not like I'm doing a whole bunch. So I'm gonna come in here. This thing's kind of noisy. I'm just going to do a little bit of quick hack on this, just a tiny bit. I kind of hacked on it earlier for testing, and I got to remember this is a click on, click off type. So you click it on, the air starts flowing. You got to click the trigger again and it'll stop flowing. I got this set up to about 35 amps. Here we go. Get this going, and then I got to give it a little bit to fire up. And I just got to clean this cut up, or just finish the cut. And I think, on the most part, that was all I had to do on that one. It does a pretty good job, like I said. This is fairly thick metal. Alright, this thing will power off here. There we go. And come in here. I should have a little tack hammer over here someplace. Yep. And I'll just kind of whack it. Because just got some, this, I didn't try to do a fancy job on this, just enough to get a little hack in there. There we go. You can see about how thick that metal is. I'm not touching that because that's pretty hot, but that's you know, a quarter-inch or whatever it is. It's just, like I said, some scrap I had from another project. Anyway, just kind of, you know, it's another one of the tools I use around here for working on things. Handy to have lots of different tools. Anyway, I'm going to weld that later on here. I'm going to tack weld that on here, and I'll hang it on the fence, see how it works. And next weekend probably I'm going to put some lighting on this. I've been digging into that. I'll get into that in more detail on next weekend. But I'm looking at using a modified version or a more advanced version of EL wire for that. I'll get electroluminescent wire. I'll get talking about that next weekend. That'll make it a little more stand out at nighttime. That's where I'm at with this project right now.